I have presented my screen, and now I believe that every one of you are able to view my screen. But in any case, if you are not able to view my screen, on the right hand side, please see my names are coming like Amita Rana and Amita Rana, your presentation. You will be seeing my names on two places, Amita Rana and Amita Rana, your presentation. Those who are not able to see my screen, just click on this arrow button. I am not getting in besides my name. Like Alka Singh ma'am, you have to do it on my name. You will just click on this arrow button. ये arrow button आपको यहाँ पे दिख रहा होगा, इस पे क्लिक करेंगे और आपको ये थंब पिन का एक इम्प्रेशन दिखेगा, थंब पिन का एक आइकन दिखेगा, एंड यू हैव टू क्लिक दैट आइकन. You will click that icon to pin my screen. The benefit of this is that whenever any person will speak in between, his or her screen will not be reflected, only my screen will work if you have pinned my screen. So please, I will request all of you to pin on my screen. Once you will tap on this pin button, it will turn green and it means you have pinned my screen. So I will request every one of you to do this activity and let me know whether you are able to see my screen or not. So everyone is able to see my screen. Any one of you, please tell me. So I will continue.
Your screen is visible now.
Okay. To everyone it is visible. If it is not, please pin my screen. As I told you, please pin my screen. All right. So we will continue. So this is my screen. And from here, first I am telling you the basics of the Google Meet. This is the Google Meet page which you are seeing. And in this, you will be finding an option of turning on and off your microphone. This is the icon which you are showing. I'm showing it with the help of the cursor. This icon for microphone, and the shortcut for turning or muting on and off your microphone is Control D. If you will press Control D on your laptop, it will turn on, and when you again press Control D, it will turn off. So please, I will request everyone to turn off their mics as everyone has done it, but still you can turn on and off your mic with this button. And for video, if anyone is facing some problem in turning on and off the videos, so you can turn with this icon. I will just hide this up. This icon, you are seeing this red color icon. This is the video button. If you will hit on this button, it will turn on and off your video, and it will definitely save your bandwidth and save your internet if you will not broadcast your video for that. So it's better to turn off the video every time when you are not presenting and when it is not needed. So I will request all of you to turn off the videos as well, because as it is not needed right now. So these are the two options, which are the basic option of attending a meeting, to turn on and off the microphones. As you are viewing on my screen that Devendra Kumar sir is trying to join with a different ID. So please tell him to join with the ID. I have to deny him because I can't allow anyone outside the KVS ID to join. So these were the basics. First, how we can switch on and off the microphone, and second, how can we switch on and off the videos. So let's move forward. Now I will be telling you, and this here you can see the people button on the right hand side. Please look. You will be seeing a people button on which you will be seeing the participants list, and besides that people, you will be finding a chat option. So if anyone is facing any issue, you can write it down here, or if you want some topic to repeat for me to repeat it again, so definitely write in this, and we will be taking it at the last of the session. We will be resolving your queries on the last. So you just write on the chat box, and do not turn on your microphone in between unless it will create disturbance. So you just write in the chat box, and we will be definitely getting back to this chat queries. Fine, I'm moving. How can we log in into our G Suite account? This is the basic of using a G Suite account. So you have to open up a browser. This is my Google Chrome browser. You are able to see my browser? Every one of you are viewing my screen?
Yes, it is visible now.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So you will
जिनको
be
नहीं visible,
you
शायद
will
जिनको
be
visible नहीं है उनका नेटवर्क इशू होगा कुछ, तो प्लीज थोड़ा सुनना.
okay. You will be writing in the address bar www.gmail.com, and then you will be getting this page of Gmail IDs. As I have already logged in into my account, so that's why it is picking up the default ID, and here is my G Suite account. This is my G Suite account. On the right hand side, you will get a app, Google Apps button, that is the 9 dots. 9 dots everyone can see on the right hand side. You will just log in into your G Suite account and you will click on this. Once you will click on this, you will be getting all the G Suite apps and tools over here. Everything the Google has bundled up with this G Suite account, it will be visible over here. So here we can find Google Classroom, Google Docs, Google Slides, Meet, Calendar. So everything will be here. You will be accessing everything from here. Like today, if someone is facing the issue of joining a Google Meet, so what do you have to do? You have to just log in into your account, turn on this Meet, and just enter the code of the meeting, and the meeting will be started, and you will be joining the meeting. So let's start with the classroom. Mainly in this G Suite apps, you will be learning or you will be using oftenly Classroom, Calendar, and Meet. These are the three things which you will be using oftenly, and the Drive also you will be using. I will be telling you one by one about all these G Suite apps today in this sessions. So let's go to the Google Classroom. I have tapped on the Classroom icon. And here my Google Classroom is been starting up, it has been loading up, and it will show all the classrooms which I have created. So for making a fresh classroom, because this session we are telling you the basics, I know we all many of us have made the classrooms, and many of us may be teaching in the classrooms, but for it is for those who haven't started and who are facing the issues. So we are starting with the basics. So on the plus sign, you will be finding a plus sign on the right hand side. If you are fresh to this account, you will not finding these thumbnails as you are seeing on my screen. So you will be creating first classroom. Click on this plus button. In the plus button, when you will click, you will get two options: join class or create class. So I will be creating a class. For teachers, there will be two options: join class or create class. For students ID, if the student is logging up with his ID or her ID, he will be getting only join class. He is not having authority of creating the class. So I am creating the class. So for the class name, there is a standard nomenclature which has been given to us. There is a standard nomenclature which has been given to us, that is 144. This is my school code. You can use your and then the shift. As I am in shift 2, I will be using shift 2, then underscore, and then I am creating a classroom. Let's say 10th A. Okay. So I have written this 10th A here, and then in the section, I will be writing science. I will be not repeating the section again. I will be telling you why I am doing this. Science, and then I will be writing my name. Subject, you can repeat it again if you want to, otherwise it is not needed. And then simply I will create it. I will not give any room number to it, and then I will be creating this. Now it will take a while, because for this particular classroom, the folders will be made in the drive of this ID. There is a Google Drive of this ID, and a classroom folder will be made there. So it has been created. Actually, it is loading right now. Yeah, so it has been loaded, and this is my classroom which I have made. As you are seeing now, what is the purpose for me to write the section, and the in the section I write the subject name and my name. Why? Because if any authority or our vice principal ma'am or principal ma'am or any authority or official want to join many classrooms of the different subject teachers. So they will get confused. If you will write simply 10th A, only if you will not write in the section, only if you will put A, it will be visible only A, not your name, not the subject name. So it is always better. We were doing also that, but it was told to us that better to change this. So from the thumbnail only, the official will recognize that this classroom is for this subject, this school, this particular subject, and this particular teacher. So he or she can actually will not get confused. So for that purpose, we should write in this way. And it is just a suggestion. It is up to you or up to your school that how you have to make a classroom. So this is my classroom, and now I am in the classroom. Now this is my cover page. You can see this is my cover page of the classroom. It is just like a Facebook page, like our Facebook page. If we will enter into our Facebook page, we got each and every details what we have shared, with what videos, what audios, like this only. This is our page. You can see 4 options: stream, classwork, people, and grades. Currently we are in the stream option. That is why it is turned green. We are in the stream option, and in the stream you will be seeing your cover page like this. Okay. Yeah, I will be telling you about all the stream options first. Okay. Now this is select theme. You can select any theme, any picture you can set over here for your classroom if you want to. You can upload any photo over here. Then this is the class code, and this is the Meet link. I will be telling you how you will generate this class code. The class code automatically generates, but Meet link we have to generate. So first, whenever you make a fresh classroom, just go to the settings. This is the setting option, a wheel option. This is a setting option on the right hand side top. So class detailed, it is coming at any time. If I want, at any time if I want that someone to change my classroom, so I can make changes over here. So like this, I can make changes. If I believe that this I have entered wrong, so I can edit this here in the settings. Okay. Now these are the general settings. Now what is this? This is your class code. This is the class code which you can share with your students, and the students will just enter this class code and they will join with this class code only. And there are further options like copy, reset, or disable. Copy means you will be copying this class code and you want to send it on WhatsApp, because if the students are not here, then how you will send them? So you have to copy this code. So instead of writing it on WhatsApp, because it is case sensitive, you can copy it from here, and then you can copy paste it on WhatsApp, and then you can send it to your students that this is the class code of G Suite, Google Classroom, and you can join with this. Then reset. Reset is an option which we should not use oftenly, because we will be having only 3 attempts for resetting this classroom. After that, the classroom will be disabled, and resetting should be done only in the difficult situation or only in the emergency situation. If you think that some students have entered into your classroom which are not supposed to be in this classroom, and they are, and after removing them, they are adding again and again. So you can change this classroom code and then share with only those students who are authorized to join this classroom. So this option is for that, but this is just a suggestion that do not reset it again and again. It is of no use, and after 3 times it will be disabled. Then this is a disable button, means if you want to disable this classroom for a while, means if you are not taking the classes on this classroom and this notifications are coming in again and again, and you want to disable it, you can disable it anytime. So these are the option of the class code. Then stream. What is the stream? I have told you earlier that stream option. So it is for the cover page, that on the cover page, what do you want to show? Do you want students to post and comment? Do you want student to only comment, or only teachers can post or comment? So anytime, if you whatever you want to select, you can select, and you can change the stream option, that what should be visible on your Google Classroom. You can make settings with this. And then classroom on the stream, classwork on the stream, sorry. So classwork on the stream means the classwork which you have given to the students. So you want, if you have attached any form, anything, any material, so you want that attachment also to come on the stream page or not? or you want a condensed form. Condensed form means उसको compress कर देगा, तो attachment notification कुछ नहीं आएगा, student have to click on and then he can view that. And hide notification is you can hide that notification always. If you don't want anything to notify on your stream page, you can hide the notifications. Then this is the deleted items. If you want to show the deleted items there, it will be inactive, but it will be shown there. So I don't think it is of use. So you can always keep it disabled. And this is the most important thing, to generate a meet link over here. You will generate a meet link over here. Once a meet link will be generated, you can always copy this meet link and you can WhatsApp to your students, or the student open the classroom and they will see a meet link generated over there. They will click on it and they will be in the Google Meet right away. So you have to generate a meet link. A teacher will only generate a meet link. After generating, the teacher will start the meeting and then only the students will join. And this is the grade calculation. There is a grading button which I will be telling you later. So I will be telling you the settings of this later. So these are the class settings which you have to do and then just save it down. So this was all about the stream option, which I've told you. Now, how to proceed further? You will be going to the people tab. Now you want to invite teachers and students to this classroom so that you can start with your work. So this is the basic thing. I have left this classwork tab in between because I will be telling you, but first I have to add teachers and students in it so that I can send some work to the students. And I will be showing you, like my name is coming because I am the only teacher over here. If you want to add some teachers more here in your classroom, what you will be doing, you will be clicking, I will be showing you, you will be clicking on this icon, invite teachers icon. This is a people picture is there. You will be clicking on this and you have to type your email ID here, or you can simply copy paste. I will be telling you, there are some teachers G Suite ID with me like this. And then I'm just doing Control C and Control V, which are the shortcuts of copy and paste. Like this, all the IDs are here at one click and simply all will be added at one time only. I will be clicking on invite and the invitation will be sent to the teachers for joining my classroom. Like this, they will be receiving an email into their G Suite account. They will click on that email, they will be getting an option and then they will join my classroom, or they can decline whatever they want to. But now, as of now, I'm just canceling this because these are the active IDs. I would just want to show this. So, and the student also, I will be doing the same. I will be repeating the same procedure. You must be seeing over here the class code again. So this is the same class code. You can always share this class code with the students if you don't want to send the invite, but it is always better to send the invite because student can get confused between this code. So it is better to send invite. Student will be receiving the invitation and they will be directly joining. Otherwise, students ask too many questions, ma'am, where to go, where to join, how you have to type it. So to avoid all that, you must be inviting the students of your class. So what you have to do, you're just clicking on this and then you will be going on this. I'm having some students list over here. You can always take this with from your admin. And I will be pasting it here. And the students will be added to my account. All the students will be added like this and I will be sending the invitation to them. And then simply the students will...
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am.
Sorry, yeah.
Your screen is not visible to all teachers.
Sir, please pin my screen.
When we pin, then only your name A is only console.
No, sir,
no screen is visible.
Okay, no, it will be continuing if you're not pinning anyone's else screen. अगर आप बीच में किसी और की स्क्रीन पिन करते हैं तो फिर आपको वो डाइवर्ट हो जाता है. So it's better to pin my screen and leave it as it is. Uh, so are you able to see my screen now?
Only your name A is coming. It's on the screen. Nothing else like a screen is.
Sir, it will be, sir, my names will be there on two places, Amita Rana and Amita Rana, your
Yes,
presentation.
ma'am.
So you have to pin the your
Yes,
presentation,
ma'am.
not Amita Rana. Please,
There. Yes, ma'am. Two names.
yeah, your presentation. Please click on the pin option of my your presentation. Means where it is coming, Amita Rana presentation.
Yes.
It's done, sir.
Yes, it is done.
Okay, thank you. And in the meantime, also, I would like to tell you one thing, that please, none of you should press that present now button in between. Otherwise, the recording will be stopped, and I would not be knowing that recording has stopped, because the pop-up don't come for that. And if anyone start presenting their screen, then this will not be recorded. So please, I request all of you to, someone has on their microphone, so please, I will request to please switch it off. All right, so shall we continue,
Yes,
sir?
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, yes,
thank you.
continue.
Okay, thank you. So these are the active IDs. So I'm just canceling this away, because I don't want to add these students. Instead, I will be telling you by adding one student, which I have made a dummy student, and I will be showing this ID also, that how it goes to the student count. And I will be sending an invite to this student. Okay, so an invite has been sent to Prisha Mathur, as you are seeing on my screen. And now I will be showing you that on the student ID, how it will be seen. So let me go to that ID. I will be just opening that ID. Okay, I will be just using a different browser. So there should not be any confusion for that. So I'm opening that ID in a Firefox browser. That is a Gmail ID. Again, the student will go to Gmail. And this time I will be entering with Prisha. Okay, and then I'm just signing in up. Give me just 1 minute. I'm just looking for the password of this, and I want to show you that how it comes to the student account. So I'm just resetting the password again. That's why it is taking time. Okay. Now, when the student will first log in from their account, when you will be giving them a default password, as you have also got that PASSWORD, when the student will log in, he has to create a strong password this time for this ID. So he will be creating like this. And this is an I button. Please tell students to always switch on this. When they will switch it on, they will be able to know what they are entering. Otherwise, repetitively we got the complaint that student have forgot the password or something like that. So we have to reset it again from our side. So always tell them how they have to proceed. So this is the account of a student having the student right. So I will be showing you like here in the classroom, the student will go similarly like I have gone with my ID. And now you can see here, I have got this particular student have got invitation of joining this classroom, my classroom that I have created right now, 10th A Amita Rana. Like this student have to simply join. So it is always better to send them invitation. Say a student don't have to go and then joining the classroom with the class code. So Prisha has joined this classroom and it will be loaded. See, it has loaded on this, and I'm now moving back to my classroom, which I was showing you. So this is my classroom. So I hope you must be aware of how you have to join the students. As you are seeing now, Prisha has joined it. So it is coming invite guardian, and many more tabs are here. I will be telling you about all this also, that how you have to remove the students, how you can mute the students. And then this was all about how you can invite teachers and student to your classroom. I hope this all is clear. And I have also told you that at the student part, how it will be coming, so you can guide the students accordingly. Now, let's come back to this classwork tab. This is the most important tab because all your work, all your assignments, everything will be there in this tab only. So I will be telling you how you have to create the assignment for your classwork, how you have to create the assignment. Now, on my screen, you must be seeing a create option is there, a Meet, Google Calendar, Class Drive folder. What is Meet? That is the Meet link of this classroom. Once you will click on this Meet, you don't have to go there on 9 dots. You can simply start a meeting from here also. This is just a shortcut. And the Google Calendar, if you want to access the Google Calendar, then also you can start anytime from here. If you want to schedule a meeting, like I have scheduled for you, I will be telling you how you can schedule the meeting. We will be learning. Now, let's go to create. Now I have to create an assignment. Now, this is create an assignment, a quiz assignment, question, material, reuse post, and topic. So all these things you will be creating timely, means sometimes you want to give a quiz, sometimes you want to give an assignment, or sometimes you are just sharing some material. So you will be using these tabs again and again. So first I will be creating a topic. Now, simply I am creating a topic, thermal power station. Station, okay, and I'm just adding this topic. What is the mean of adding this topic like this? In the assignment, when I create an assignment, when I go to this and when I start with and making an assignment directly, not making a topic, what happens? This assignment will be shown only in that topic. So this process of creating a topic is only beneficial for the primary teachers, because in single classroom they will be taking many subjects. So for different subjects they have to create first topic, like topic they create English, Hindi, maths. This is just an example. English, Hindi, maths. So they will be creating 3 topics first: English, Hindi, maths, and then they will be adding their assignment in those particular topics. So when they will see their stream, they will get to know clearly that this particular work belongs to this subject, this particular work belongs to this subject, and students also will not get confused that this work is of science or this work is of social science. So we have come to this. So this tab is mainly important for creating the topic for primary teachers, those who teaches a different subject in a single classroom. So now I will be showing you first creating an assignment. Now I have to give a topic for this assignment. Let's say I'm repeating the topic again. Thermal power station. I will be writing the topic name. Instructions, you can write anything. I'm simply writing complete your work. Okay. And now here, these are the two tabs. First is create and second is add. Add, you all know, there's a thumb pin button over here. This is a button of, so you can add a link, add a drive. I will be telling you, I will be getting to this also. First, I will be telling you how you can create it live. So just go to create. Let's say I have to create a MS-DOS document like a doc. So this is a Google Doc. It is similar as an MS-DOS document. I will be clicking on this doc. And this document is getting opened up. And I will be creating something over here. Just randomly, I will be showing you quickly. Thermal power station. I have written something and you can write it anything. You will be making a document, or you are having something on your MS-DOS document. You just copy it and paste it over here if you want to. So, or you can share the document also. You can attach that also. Now, I will be telling you one more important thing. You can go to the file menu and you can change always language over here. Like it is coming in English, but Hindi teachers face the issue of writing in Hindi. They want to write in Hindi. They want a keyboard for this. And then you will be selecting Hindi from here. And then you have to go to these three dots. You will be able to see these three dots. Just click on this. It is giving me keyboards for Hindi. Devanagari phonetic, Devanagari inscript and Hindi. So let's say I will be taking Devanagari inscript and I'm typing anything. Just tap on the keys and something like that. So like this, you can do Hindi typing always on this. It will be beneficial for the Hindi teachers. And one more important tool is there, which I found very much beneficial. That is the voice typing. Voice typing is, I want to dictate some questions, or I'm having something in my mind and I want to be note down that I want to note it down in this document. So always I can switch on this voice typing, and then in whatever language I want to type, I will be selecting the language again. Please do not get confused that we have to select the language one time. If you are opening this voice typing, you will change the language to Hindi, let's say. And you will be tapping on this button. अब जैसे जो मैं बोलती हूँ वो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ आता जाएगा, जैसे आप मेरे स्क्रीन पे देख रहे होंगे. तो इस तरह से आप हिंदी की टाइपिंग, इंग्लिश की टाइपिंग बहुत इजीली कर सकते हैं. सिर्फ बोलने भर से ही आपका जो ये स्क्रीन है वो आप पूरा रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं. So like this, I will be just switching it off. And this is the voice typing command, which you can use for making a Google document. And then you don't have to share it, but I will be telling you that if you want to share it with some other person, okay, then you just click on share, save, and this will be automatically gone to that to those students who are in this classroom. Okay, so like this, my document has been created and it will be giving me the options that students can view only the file. Student can make addition in that, means they can edit that file and make a copy for each student. Means copy means if you have given some fill in the blanks like thing and you want all the student to get their own copies, so you can send a copy, a default document, normal document will be sent to each person, each student, sorry, and they will be filling at their levels. And then student can edit file. If you want something to student to write it down on it, then you can give those options. I will be keeping it to student can view file only. Okay. So like this, you can create always a document. If you want to create any presentation, you will be clicking on the slides. And then this is like a PowerPoint presentation. Simply, I'm just having in my mind this thing only, so I will be writing it again and again. Thermal power station only, and like this, you will just share, save, and the document is attached there. Done. Let's see here. you can see an untitled document is also over here. Student can view file, student can edit, and like this you can attach a PowerPoint slide also.
Excuse me, ma'am, your screen is not visible.
Ma'am, please pin my screen. Go
No,
to
ma'am.
Amita Rana presentation. It will come in a while, ma'am. It take if there is network issues at your end, the screen may get deflected. So you just
Ma'am, I think you have forget to click present your screen option.
no, ma'am. Many of us are there in the meeting, and they are maybe they are viewing my screen.
Okay, ma'am.
There is my presentation name coming over there. Please just pin my screen. Everyone else is, I hope everyone else is seeing my screen.
Yes, it is visible, ma'am. Visible. Quite visible.
Okay. So I will continue. I just want this confirmation so I can continue. Okay.
Yes, continue.
Yeah. So I have told you about the slides. Now about the sheet. This is simple like Excel sheet. An Excel sheet will open up. Like I have shown you the docs and slides. Simply an Excel sheet will open up. You can make an Excel sheet over here. You can share with your students. So I'm not telling you by creating this. And then the most important thing is this forms. The forms is the thing which I will be telling you while giving a quiz assignment. If you want to give the student a quiz for the test or some assignment in the form of questions, okay, and they have to give the answers for that, then I will be telling you how you have to create a Google form. This is the most important thing which I found it. So I will be telling you while I will be on the quiz assignment. Okay, so I have cleared all these 4 things, and now I will be telling you forms in the quiz assignment. So let's see about adding this. So about adding something. Now, adding from a Google Drive, adding from a link, adding from a file, or adding from a YouTube. So adding from a Google Drive. Adding from a Google Drive, you will be just clicking on this. Your Google Drive of this classroom will open up. Means you have given something before and you are having it on your Google Drive. Let's say I have having something in my this account. So let's say this WhatsApp image I want to share, and I will be adding this as an assignment to the students. You can share anything which you want to. This is just, I have picked this up, and then like this you may be able to see on my screen this that image has been added. So like this only, you will be clicking on a link and it will be asking you that which link you want to paste it over here. Then you have to copy a link from somewhere. Let's say this is my Diksha portal. Every one of you must be seeing here on my ribbon, on my browser ribbon, that this is a Diksha portal. I have opened this for you. The ID, the link is diksha.gov.in, and I have gone to the Explore, and this is the content of something on the Diksha portal. This portal is very beneficial. So I will be telling you about this only. So I will be just going to any class in the, like I'm saying, I'm in the class 10th, and then there are the subjects here. Let's say we take on English first. So this is a letter to God. Some chapter has been started, and it will be loading the content of this. And I want to share this link with the students. Please view this. Now you see that this is a share option. Anyone want to speak? All right. So you are seeing this share icon. I'm showing you with the cursor. So just click on this. A link is here, and then click on copy link. I have copied the link. I will be going on to my classroom again, and here I will be pressing Control V, and the link is added. See, the link of diksha.gov.in has been added. It is not giving the option of viewing file and this, because this is a link. We can't make we can't alter anything on that. Okay, so that's why. If the question arises in your mind, and then a file means if I'm having something on my laptop and I want to share it with the students, so anytime you can press this file option and go here, select file from your device. Go here, It will give me to browse something to add it on. Let's say I'm attaching this WhatsApp image only here. This is the student work, and I will be uploading this here. Okay, so like this, you can add a file. And then from the YouTube, this is also very beneficial because we were teaching on the WhatsApp, and we were oftenly sharing the YouTube links to the students to view something. So this is the YouTube. You can search anything. Thermal power station. You must be saying I'm repeating this topic again and again because I'm having only this in my mind right now. So I will be searching from it here, and then if I get my video, then I will be selecting it and adding this. And this, how does the thermal power plant work? It has come over here. So this is that in the assignment, how you can add and how you can create different things like documents, slides. I have told you how you can add from YouTube, from the link, from the drive, from your device. This all I have told. Now how you have to give this work to the student. Now come up to the right hand side. Look on the right hand side of my screen. This is coming. Now it is showing me that you want to share with this class because I'm in this classroom only, or sometime it happens like me, if I'm a work experience teacher and I'm teaching 10th ABCD, and I want to share work. I want to share same work with 4 of the classes. Then I will be clicking on this arrow, and then as many classes if I want to share, I will be just clicking on it, and it will be posting on the classrooms at the same time. So this is very beneficial. Like any science teacher must be teaching 10th A and B, 10th B and C. Then at any time they can click on more than one class, and this work will be assigned to all the classes. If he will be visiting his classrooms individually, he will be seeing that everything will be posted over there. He don't want it is of no need to open that classroom and then reposting it again. Okay, and then there is an option of posting it to all students, or if you have created an assignment for some specific students, then always you will be getting a student list, because I am having only one student in my classroom as I have shown you. So it is giving me only that student name. Else if you're having 49 or 50 students in your class, it will be showing you the entire list. So you can always select from here. If you want to send to all students, you just click on this. If you want to send to Prisha Mathur only, then you can select from here. So I will be keeping it to the all students. And then points, any points you can give. 20, let's say I am giving this assignment 20 points. And then a due date is here. If you want to give a due date that you want to submit your you want students to submit it before 17th of June. And if you want to give the time also, then you can specify time also, that till this time I want this work to be done. Otherwise, if the student fails to submit the work on time, then you will be receiving a message that these students are late for the work. And then the topic, then it is asking for the topic. As I have created a topic in the starting, as I've shown you for the primary teachers, then I can reuse that topic as I'm creating for the thermal power station only. So I'm reusing this topic again. Okay, so like this, my assignment is fully complete. I have filled all the particulars, and now I have to assign this. Now let's see what is in this arrow. There is an assign, schedule, save draft, or discard draft. What is this? Assign means it will be assigned right now in the class, right now into the classroom. Schedule means if I want, if I'm having time right now and I want to create an assignment, but I want it to be posted tomorrow or day after tomorrow, then at any time you can schedule this, and you can schedule this, and you can mention the time that when you want to be posted it on your wall. Then save draft, you can save it on a draft to make changes later. And then discard means if you want to discard the draft, if you want to make a fresh, then you can do it. I will be assigning it right now. So this has been assigned, it has been created. You can see it over here. And quickly I will be showing you. This is the Prisha's account which I have made. I will be showing you how it is doing. As it is a fresh account, it is giving me the view of all classwork here. So all the classwork will come over here. You are seeing the thermal power station. It is coming as a sign. You have been assigned with this work, and then the Prisha will be working on this work, and she will attach the documents, relative documents, and then she will be doing this. So let's move to our account only. So this is my assignment has been created. Now I'm telling you about the quiz assignment. I hope the assignment will be clear to you. Now I'm going to quiz assignment. What is this quiz assignment? This is very beneficial because in this the auto grading option is there, and you don't have to access the students. Students will answer a few questions over there, and automatically the marks will be allotted to them, and it will be reflected in your grade sheet over here. You don't have to do anything. You have to just make some settings for it. Now I'm giving quiz topic. Giving quiz. Thermal power station I have given. Okay, and now I am creating a quiz. It has automatically given me because I have gone to the quiz assignment. In the assignment, it is not coming, but it has given me that it is a blank quiz. Do you want to create a quiz? I want to create a quiz, or you can create with a Google form. It is one of the ways. So I am going to a Google form. Let's cancel this. I'm making a fresh form, and I will be showing you. This is the Google form. This is the most important thing because I feel it very beneficial. I will be quiz, and then I will be writing quiz on, let's say, same topic, thermal power station. Okay. So now I have to add a question to this quiz. So this is an untitled question is coming over here. I will just press delete, and I will be posting a simple question, which is the non-renewable source of energy. Let's say this question I am giving to the students. And now what is the what option do you want to give to the student? There are several options. If you have given something to write in a paragraph, you can always give this option. If you want a short answer, it will give a space here. Students can write into it. If you want to give a multiple choice, you can select this. And if you want to, if you can create a drop down list also. If you are making a form, like write your class over here, so you can make a drop down 6th A, B, C, D, select your class and then start working. So you can always make a drop down also. File upload, if you want the students to upload their pictures, upload their work over here, you can give this option also. Okay, I'm just telling you how to make a quiz, so I will keep it on multiple choice. Now I will be adding my options over here, that what options I'm giving to the students. Like let's say I'm given coal and then sunlight or a solar energy, but I can write anything. So sunlight, and let's say coal and sunlight, I have given the two options to the student. And then look here, there are deleting, means if you want to delete this question and repost again, and then required button. What is this? As we have seen that in many survey forms we come across something with an asterisk, red asterisk marks, means this is essential for writing it up. Means without filling these fields, the form will not be submitted. So this is required field is for that purpose only. Means you want student to attempt this question for sure or not, you can give him a choice. So I'm just setting it to required. Means if the student will not attempt this question, he will not be able to post his response. Okay, so it is up to you. You want to keep it to required or not required. I have told you how you can do it. Okay, and now if I want to add another question, let's say, so this is you can seeing a tab over here, a lot of tab. From here you can add an image, add video to it, add title. There are many options on it. You can import questions. This is also important if you're having something on your device, on your laptop, and you want to import questions from there. So you can always do that from import questions also. And then I'm adding a question, like say, this is the second question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be adding a question. Like this, I can add another question. Okay. So this is the question. I will be So I'm not taking so much time, so I'm just adding one question. I have show you the things. Okay, so now this is the customized theme. What is this? If I want to change the view of my this form, you are seeing in the background that it has changed to red. These are the basic settings. If you want, no, if you don't want to do this, it's not necessary. Preview means you want to see how this form will appear to the students. Okay, so I will just go to the preview, and like this, the student will be seeing their form. Okay, so I'm satisfied with this. Now I'm coming to my form. Now on this wheel option, these are the settings. There are the settings of form. Okay, now these are the most important settings. Please just I will be checking on my Google Meet that whether the recording is okay. Some person is trying to join with the different user ID. Please tell him I can't allow him. So I will just continue here only on the form. Okay. So these are the settings for a Google form. Now collect email address. What is this? Collect email address means I have made a form. मैंने form बना लिया है. But अभी जैसे form, if I want to share that form, okay, I'm sharing that form. But how would I know that which student has shared this form? Means if you are making a Google form and you want to see that which student, so you want to collect the email address. Otherwise, what you have to do, you have to make a question in the Google form only for the name, for the class, and for everything. Okay, means if you are giving a same form to 10th A, B, C, D. Okay, responses will be coming in a single form. Responses will be coming for a single form, and it will be all get mixed up. So if there will be an email address beside the responses, so you will be getting to know this student belongs to which class. So if you are sharing this form on more than one class, it is always required to collect an email addresses of the students. Okay, so I'm not collecting it because I'm having only one student right now, and this is limit to one response. What is this? Limit to one response means you are allowing student to only answer one time. Okay, if you are taking test with this form, and so you can always click on this option that you are wanting student to start or to limit to this form only. Okay, to means to limit to one response only. So like this, and then edit after submit means the student have submitted it, and then he remembers, no, I have done something wrong, and you have to give there is no test sort of, so you can give permission of editing it after submission also. Okay, and in the presentation there is a progress bar, there is a question order. What is this question order? This is the important thing. This progress bar means if I will be clicking on this progress bar, it means the student, if there are 10 questions and student attempted 6, so he will be knowing that this is my progress, means I have completed 90% or 80% of this form, and 10% I have not filled it up. So the student will get to know from there, and then he can maybe he can answer more questions. And then what is this shuffle question order? This is about like I'm taking a test. It is like a set of boards. In the board we come across sets. This is only that in the set the questions are on the different order, in the different position, on the different position I say. So like I am the student and the Prisha is also a student. I am getting a question which is a non-renewable source of energy on question number 1. Maybe the Prisha is getting it on number 4 or number 5. Okay, so like this students can't cheat. Cheating cases can be minimized with the help of this. So you can always click on this if you want to. And then this is important for making a quiz. You will be going on a quiz unless this until you will unless and until you will not press this button, this form will not be treating as a quiz by the Google. So click on this, make this a quiz. Okay, and then you want to release grade immediately after submission, means the student have submitted the form, student have answered, and you want student to see the Google form will be giving a score to student, the 16 out of 20, 18 out of 20, the student will be seeing. Or you want later on, you will be manually reviewing it, and then later you will be giving the grades. You can also click on this and then simply save this. So everything is done for this form, and this form is automatically, you if you want to send it to few other people also, you can always, I will be showing you, you will be always copying a link from here and you can send it anywhere else also. Okay, so I will be going to my classwork again, and this my form has been created. Let's say I will be sending this form to Prisha only. I can write, I will be showing you how this form goes. Okay, so this form has been created. Now again, similarly like an assignment, you will assign to the class, you will assign to the students, you will be allotting marks. I'm really very sorry, I have missed a point because I have made this as a quiz. Yeah, so I am just making a settings for this as I have made this a quiz. And I want to show you that how it appears with the quiz. Now, let us see, when you will make it as a quiz, how will the Google know what is the correct answer? This I have missed. Really sorry for this. Then just clicking on the answer key, you just click on this answer key. It will be asking for the answer. Okay, let's say non-renewable sources of energy is a coal, and I will be giving points to it. Let's say if the student will answer coal, he or she will be getting 5 points for this, and then done. Okay, so it has recorded my answer. You can see here a green tick mark. So it means the coal has been recorded as an answer in the Google form. And if the student will be giving a correct option, he will be getting 5 marks. Okay. So this was the option. I will be sending it again now. And it is of no use to send it again. But I just want to show it clearly to you. That's why I'm doing this procedure. Otherwise, it get automatically there. Okay, so I make the changes. Now this form has been created. Topic, let's say I will create another topic for this quiz. Okay, and I will be making this, as I have given only one question, 5 points. No due date, and then I will be assigning this. Okay, so like this, my quiz is created, and I will be showing you how you have to be checking the grades of the quiz. जब बच्चा करेगा उसे अटेम्प्ट करेगा, and how will be you get checking the grades कि बच्चे ने अटेम्प्ट कर लिया है कि नहीं किया है, तो you will be checking. Now the classwork tab, I have told you assignment, quiz assignment, and what is this question? This is also important from the attendance point of view. Likewise, I'm not on the Gmeet, because on the Google Meet there is another procedure for taking the attendance. Let's say I am taking an attendance on the Google Classroom. I have given a time that I will be available, and I will be taking a class from 3 to 4 p.m. So and I want to post this attendance that student have to mark whether he is present or not. So I will be making a question over here. Were you present on 13/6/2020, or are you present? Simply because I'm giving it in the present form. So, and here, from here I will be choosing a multiple choice. Okay, and I will be giving an option over here. Yes, and here instructions I can write. If no का मैं option नहीं दूंगी, because if the student is not present, how he will press no? So I will just write instructions for it, because if the student will view it later, at least he can specify reason. I will write if no, specify reason. अपना रीजन बताएं, तो वो चैट बॉक्स अपना जो हमारा नॉर्मल जो चैट रूम है, जो गूगल रूम है, उसमें अपना जो पर्सनल कमेंट्स आता है, वहां पर वो अपना कमेंट जो है वो लिख सकता है कि why he was not present for the class. Okay, so I have given only one option, and then if I want to add something, I don't want to, because I'm creating this as an assignment, and then I will be just clicking on this, and I will be making it ungraded. Okay, ungraded. I don't want to give marks for attendance. Okay, and due date, as I have taken the attendance for today, so I will be taking today's date only till 4 p.m. If I want, I will be giving it to 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. You can do anything. Let's say I'm giving 5. Okay, and then topic, I will be creating attendance. You can see, student can see class summary, means student will be knowing how many have pressed yes, how many pressed. I don't want student to see. And then ask. Again, same things are there, like an assigned, scheduled, saved draft. So I will simply ask this question from my students that so like this, you can take attendance in the Google Classroom. Like I have created this and I can reuse this post again and again. Every time I will just change the date and I will reuse this post. How you can reuse the post? You can see here, reuse post. You will be clicking on this. This tab will be showing you all the posts which you have done earlier. You just select this again and again on the days you want to take the attendance, and simply you can take the attendance from this post, creating it once only. And one more method for taking the attendance is you can create a Google form also. Like I have told you how to create a Google form. You can simply create a Google form, post it on your wall, and let it be there, and it will be taking the attendance. You create a question over there like date, class, name, subject, and then post it over here on the wall, and let student answer in that. Okay, and you can give time and all thing over there also, but I find this method easier for taking an attendance. Okay, so this was how you can take an attendance through the question. And then material, if you want to share something with the student, always you can share material. It is simply like an assignment. Material जो सिर्फ मटेरियल असाइनमेंट नहीं है बच्चों के लिए, सिर्फ पढ़ने के लिए अगर आप कुछ शेयर करना चाहते हैं, सिंपली गो टू मटेरियल, शेयर समथिंग विद देम and let it be. It will not be created like an assignment then. Then reuse post, I have already told you. Topic, I have already told you. So all these things we have covered: assignment, quiz assignment, question, materials, and reuse post. Okay, fine. I think I am clear with all the 3 tabs: stream, classwork, and people. People, in which I have added students and teachers. Okay, stream was your cover page on which I have shown you how you see your things. And then I am moving up to this, the grades, which is important for the teacher point of view. So I will be going on the grade. It is showing me that like this. It is showing me that I have created all these things: thermal power station, a quiz, are you present, this is my attendance, and it will be showing the marks over here, that what Prisha has got from all this. Okay, so now I will be showing you to attempt the quiz, how the student will attempt the quiz from this. So this is a Google form. You can see this is the Prisha's account. This is my student's account. Okay, and this is a Google form which I have created for my student, and I have opened this. The student will open this Google form, and this email address is being recorded. It is showing this to Prisha, and then I am answering code, let's say, and then I have pressed submit. So it is response submitted and assignment marked as done. Okay, I will be opening this assignment. I want to see this, what has been attached, so that yeah. So this is my work. It is showing you your work is turned into the teacher. Okay, you want to unsubmit it again, you can unsubmit it again. And like this, if Prisha want to share a comment like ma'am done or something like that, she can always do. Okay, so now I will be showing you how the grades will come, okay, on my account. I hope you're not getting the confused as I'm switching between the accounts. So this is the quiz, and now I'm not getting the grades. So I will be going to this quiz. I will be opening this quiz. Now I'm seeing that Prisha had turned in for this account. You are seeing one turned in. 0 assigned because I was having only one student. So one has turned in and answered this question. But Prisha's marks are not coming. Okay. So I will be, instead I can view the submission. I can view the submission over here, that what Prisha has submitted. This my tab in is going downwards. So like this, you will be finding an import grade option here. It is not when you will be clicking on this, you will be getting an import grades option over there. Once you will be clicking on that import grades option, the marks will be getting on this Prisha's Mathur, and you can simply turn in and you can return these grades to her. You will be simply clicking on turned in and you will be simply returning the grades to him or her like this. And it will be fetching from the Google Forms. Here an option comes for the import grade. I'm afraid why it is not coming right now, because I want to show it to you. So for that, it is important like this. An import grade option also come here. I will be just checking on my this. So okay. So this was my quiz, and I'm getting the options of like this. Prisha has turned in, but an importing grades is not coming. But it comes normally. It comes usually. It comes, and you can select always the grade you want to, and ungrade an option, and the import grades come over here, and you can just press on that import grade, and you will get a message that these many grades have been assigned to the students, and the marks from the Google form will be coming over here. Like this, you can see. I'm moving just back. And now I will be showing you, let's say I'm in 10th A Amita Rana, and in this, the Prisha had not submitted the work of thermal power station. And I will be showing you how I check my, or how I grade my students. I will be going to my personal students ID. I have given some work over here. Now, see here, like this. Many of the students have been missing because I have given the due date. So it is showing missing. The student have missed. And like this Divya Lakshmi, this student have given the work. So I have this is coming 20 across 20 done late, means she has submitted, but it was beyond the due date. So it is coming as late. So like this, the marks come over here. Kushi Kumari, this has submitted. So like this, all these things. And if anytime, I will show you how they have submitted. Just click on this view submission. Okay, this is the work of my student, which he or she has given me. And I will be telling you one thing here, that from mobile also we can check the work, and it is more easily, because in the mobile only I find this option of doing it easily. And because in this, if there is a rotate option, you can't rotate it anyways, and it always create a problem in the laptop. I believe this thing. Otherwise, you can try at your own end. For this, what you can do, you will add a comment. Okay, and you will be selecting, this is rotated image, but I will be showing you, you can add a comment like this particular area is having some errors. So I can write it over here. I will be just selecting it, and from where I have selected, from this option, I will just press this option, add a comment, and I want to add a comment here. Okay, that this particular thing is not correct. So I will be adding this here, that spelling mistakes, simple. Okay, and or if I want to send the correct spelling, so I can, and then I will be posting the comment to this. Okay, I'm afraid that this student will be receiving this because I have posted it. Okay, no problems. So these are the WhatsApp images the student have attached. You must be seeing here these. So I found it difficult on the laptop, because there are pros and cons of everything. So I found something easy on mobiles and something easy on the laptop, and I found that checking is more easy on the mobile, because there comes a pen. There comes simply a pen, a red pen is there. You just select it to red and just move your fingers over there. Means you can doodle there easily. Okay. So I found it easy over there. In the laptop, I find it bit difficult. So this is my point of view. You can discover yours. Maybe you find it easy on the laptop. So this was this was all about the classrooms. I will be moving on to my classroom, which I made it. Okay. So this was all about the grading system. That how you can check the grades, how you will check the submission, how we will be checking the things of the student. So this was all about the grade. So I have cleared this stream, classwork, people, and grade thing. I have told you how you can how you can take attendance in the Google Classroom. Okay, it is not about Google Meet. It is about the Google Classroom. When you are not live, when you are teaching on a classroom, I have given a time to the student where I can give the time. Simply, I will go on my wall. I will write here. Okay, I will be taking class here. I will be taking class at 5. Let's say. Okay, and like this, I have posted it. So all the student who will be accessing this classroom, and they will be receiving a notification also on their mobiles. So I will be receiving, I will be taking class at 5. So like this, student will be online here and they will be posting their attendance. So I have told you the two method, or you can simply, or you can simply take it through Google Forms also. Whatever way you like, you can select that. So now I will be telling you that how you can schedule a meet. That likewise, I have scheduled a meet for you people. So what you have to do, you have to go to your inbox. You can schedule a meet from there also, but it is for the classroom. I'm telling you that if you want to schedule a meet in a general way, not in a classroom. So simply go here. Oh, I'm really sorry. Okay. Here, I will be going to calendars. Google Calendar. A calendar is opening up in front of me. And here you can see I have scheduled these meetings for previous. Yesterday also there was meeting with shift 1, and today with me shift 2. I have scheduled this meeting. These are the dates. As this meeting is live, it is showing me that this is the live meeting. So these are the dates. Okay. So you are seeing here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and these are the dates. I can select any date. Let's say I want to schedule a meeting for 22nd of June. Okay, so 22nd of June is showing me the holiday. Okay, I will take another date. 23rd. Okay, let's say here I want to schedule a meeting between 3 to 4 only. So you are seeing a graph like thing is here. Slots are here, time slots. So I will be selecting like this slot. So it will be automatically giving me a time 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. If I want to change this, if I have not clicked on a correct slot, so I can change it from here also. I will be adding a title to it, like say G-Suite session only. G-Suite session, okay. And then you can see add guest option is there. What is this add guest? Means today I was not having your email IDs. If I am having your email IDs, I would have added your email IDs here, and I have mailed you this. Means the Google Calendar will mail to each and every guest that this meeting is there, a particular meet is there, and you can simply join from there without entering any code. But if I'm not having any email IDs, if I'm not having any email IDs, I have to generate you have to generate a Google Meet always like this. I have generated. So what I have to do in that case then, if I'm not having the IDs, I have to copy this meeting ID and this phone number, and then I have posted it on your vice principal ID, and then I have forwarded it that these are the meeting details. But if I'm having your IDs, it will be quite easy for me. I will be just copy pasting your IDs over here, and I have pasted save, and all participants will get a mail, will get a reminder mail that this meeting is scheduled and you have to join this meeting. And you can you can select you can always share there also that whether you are joining the meeting or not. it comes that whether you are presenting for the meeting or not, then you can select and it will be coming up to me that these persons are joining and these persons are not. So it is easy from the owner end. But if you are not having any IDs, and if there are number of participants are not and you are not having those ID, so just copy this meeting ID, phone numbers, everything, and then send it to the anyone on the WhatsApp. You can send it on the through the mail. You can send it whatsoever, whatever you want to. Okay, and then you can always add a location, means from where this session is being generated. So, like say, it will take my live streaming. So I don't want to do that. It will take a GPS location, and you can add a description. In the description, you can add the content of the meeting. What you can do, you can add a content of the meeting, that I will be sharing this in this session, and this is the session all about, and this. So I don't want to do that. I will just press save, and you are seeing here a meeting is being scheduled. And when you will be going to your Gmeet, I will be showing you. I'm going to my Gmeet. I hope it, and it is giving me as I have given in the options, it will give me that there will be a meeting. There will be a meeting, and it will be as I have said there, 10 minutes reminder. So prior 10 minutes, it will start popping that there is a meeting, and you can start it from here. Simply, you can click here, and you will be started with the meeting. As you can see, it is coming up of 3 p.m. I have scheduled the meeting for you people, so that ways it is coming. So like this, we can make the use of a Google Calendar for scheduling our meets, or you can schedule anything also on the Google Calendar, any task, any assignment, any reminder also. If you don't want to schedule a meet, you want to set a reminder that on this particular date, I want to take a test. So it will give a reminder also for that. Okay. So this was all about the Google Classrooms and the Google Calendar. I have told you these were the basic things, and later in the other sessions also we will be taking the advanced things, like other things are there. What are the extensions and what are the Meet extensions? So this was all about the Google Calendar, and now I will be telling you one thing important. This is let's go to People tab, and let's say I think that this Prisha Mathur does not belong to this class, and accidentally she comes in my class. Like if you have shared the class code on WhatsApp, because this is the practical problem which I have faced. Like I have shared a class code on the WhatsApp. Okay, now a student have write it down somewhere, and his or her brother also in the same school, he has joined from that code. My means his brother has joined from 12th, the student have joined in the 10th A class, and now I want to remove that student. Then how you can do? You will simply click on this square checks box. Okay, go to actions and then remove that student. Okay, just remove that student, or I have told you. And after removing, if the student comes again and again and again, some student do like that also, then there is a method for, as I have told you, for resetting the button. And also you just take an account of that student that who is doing like that, else you can reset the options anytime. And what is this muting? You can mute all the students if you are on a Google Classroom and you are asking some questions. Okay, you are saying that I'm taking an oral test here on a Google Classroom. I will be taking an oral test. Be present at 3 to 4, and students are there, and you have posted a question. You just write something on a, like tell me about thermal power station. You say that Divya Lakshmi, please tell me something about this, and then you mute everyone else, and you just let Divya Lakshmi answer. So all the students will be muted at that end. They can't post, they can't comment, they can't do anything on your stream wall. Okay, and the rest of the student will be muted, and only Divya Lakshmi will be allowed to answer. So like this, you can make the communication better with your students while you are not live, while you're not on the Google Meet. And this I'm telling you about the Google Classroom. So this was all about the basics of Google Classroom. Now I'm going to my Meet again. Someone I think have shared in between the presentation, because it is coming to resume presenting. this is the problem, and the recording will not come of the video. It is only the voice that will come now. Let's see how much it will be recorded. I will be sharing this recording definitely with your vice principal, so that if you want to see it later, but as someone has started presenting in between and I can't come to this tab again and again, so this is the problem from the Google end, and we have sent this as a problem, as a feedback to Google, because there is no option for muting the participants. As of now, there is no option for muting all the participants in Google Meet. So this is the problem which we are facing while taking the Google Meets, and with the students also. The student keep on talking anything, and we are not having the authority to mute them up. So we have sent this feedback to Google. It is not present as of now, and this also, like someone has started presenting, and that's why my presentation was resumed, means my presentation was paused, and I'm afraid it will not come in the recording, as I've told you all the things, and I was not aware when someone has started the presentation. So let's see what will come in the recording now. So now I have resumed my presentation now. So this we have sent to the Google, because this creates actually the disturbance. If someone start presenting in between, if you are presenting as a teacher and the students start presenting the screen, it is not good from the security point of view also, and the owner should have this authority to stop presenting anyone else from presenting their screen. So we have sent this Google feedback, and we got mail that Google is working on it, and soon a patch will be released for this, and this Google Meet will be updated. So let's wait for that, unless we will face this issue again and again. So now I am here in my Google Meet like this, and I am going to show you that how you can take the attendance in Google Meet. While you are having students on a Google Meet and you want to take the attendance in the Google Meet. So for that, I'm just closing this Diksha. For that, what you have to do, you have to go to Chrome Web Store. Okay, because in the Google Meet, there is no option of taking an attendance. But the Chrome browser gives us an extension for taking an attendance. Okay, so Chrome Web Store, I'm here in the Chrome Web Store. I will be writing here Meet attendance. Okay, Meet attendance, it is here. Okay, and this green tick mark, are you able to see this green tick mark? This is for the Google Meet attendance. Always install this in your Chrome browser. It will be beneficial for you for taking attendance while you are live. I will be showing you how. Okay, so it is coming rated. Otherwise, when it is not in your laptops, it will be coming as add to Chrome. So you will be just pressing this add to Chrome. You can see upwards in my ribbon. In my ribbon, you are seeing this tick mark. It means Google Meet attendance is here. I have loaded many more extensions, which I will be telling you. This makes Google Meet easy. But I will be telling you all these extensions because it will take much time. So I'm just telling you about the attendance right now. So I have from here you will install it like a simple. It is like a Play Store. To Play Store and install this Chrome Web Store. Open Chrome Web Store and then attendance like this. Like here it is, and Google Meet attendance is here. Now you are seeing this tab in the downwards sides video tab. This is coming, and it is showing me present 46 or 47. I will click on this. A list will pop up over here. You see, this is an attendance, and I will be sharing this attendance with the your vice principal ma'am also. Oh, sorry, vice principal sir also. This attendance, that how many teachers were present during the meeting, who have not joined. So he will be knowing that who has not joined the meeting. So you have to just click on this tick mark, green tick mark. You see this green tick mark. Just click in while you are on a Google Meet. जब आप Google Meet पर हैं, काम कर रहे हैं, किसी भी टाइम पे क्लास के, जस्ट क्लिक करिए, आपके पास पूरी क्लास की अटेंडेंस आ जाएगी. और यहाँ पर ये फ्लॉपी का आपको दिख रहा होगा. You can see this floppy. You just click on this. A CSV will be downloaded. I will be showing you CSV. This is downloaded. and it will be opening. You can see here, it is giving me the arrival time of everyone who are in this meeting. It is giving me the arrival time of each and every person. So like this, you can take the attendance while you are on Google Meet, and you can save it date wise. So I have told you earlier also about the people and the chat tab here, and I have told you how to pin the screen. I have told you how you can present. You can see it is coming, you are presenting, and at your screen it will be coming present now. So if you will press on that tab, you will be presented to the students. Please don't do it right now. Don't try it right now, but it will be coming on your screen present now. You can always present your screen with the help of that tab. Okay, this is what turn on caption. Turn on caption is something I will speak and it will be coming on the screen, like subtitles, like if you watch movie and the subtitles come, it is like that only. Okay, and from here I can stop recording because I have started the recording. You can start the recording, and there are few settings over here. And remember, if you are on a G Meet, if you are conducting a G Meet with the students, always and always tell students to please leave the meeting once you are done. Otherwise, if you will be leaving the G Meet as it is, the student will continue. The students will continue, and there it is not good on the part of the security issues. Okay, it can create security issues. So first, you tell every student that the class is over. Please leave the meeting. Please leave the meeting, and then only when all the students leave the meeting, then only you leave the classroom. Okay, and if any student is stubborn, is not getting out of the meeting, then there is an option of removing that student from the meeting. Okay, you can simply remove a student from the meeting. Okay, and simply you can go up on, I'm showing you, I'm not doing it. Let's see here, the minus sign, you can remove the student if the students are not going. Okay, this is a minus sign, I'm showing it with the cursor. Okay, like here, just remove that student who is not coming, who's not going from the meeting, and then only you leave. Please do not leave any single student in a classroom, in a Google Meet. So all that, I'm done from my side. If you are having any queries, you please write it down in the chat box so I can answer your queries. Mahesh sir, I'm done from my side.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for this informative presentation. I hope all the teachers are now well versed how to use the Google Meet or G Suite account, as from the coming 5-6 days after, you have to use this in the same way for the students. कुछ challenges हैं, जैसे मैं बीच में देख रहा था, सबसे पहले विशाखा मैम ने अपनी स्क्रीन को प्रेजेंट करना शुरू कर दिया था बीच में. इस तरह की चीजें ना करें, क्योंकि आप तो बच्चों के साथ डील करेंगे तो वहाँ बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, बड़े लोग.
Exactly, sir. And at this point, we have shared this Google feedback that this is actually a problem. This is the gray area of this Google Meet. This is actually a gray area.
We raised this issue in the training, and the Google team जो training में थी, उन्होंने बताया कि they will soon find a solution for this problem. कि वो बच्चों का mic mute और उनका कैमरा ऑफ कर सकें at the teacher end.
Okay.
ये शायद वो करने जा रहा है. This feature will be added soon.
Yeah. Yes, someone has asked, Alka ma'am has asked to explain how we can pen the assignment. Ma'am, penning the assignment from the laptop, as I've told you, checking the assignment from the laptop, it is to select the area which you want to, and but from the mobile. And there are several extensions, like Jamboard is there for getting a whiteboard, and there are several extensions for checking the assignments on the laptop, which make it easy. Okay, but in this session we are just sticking to the basics of this, and hopefully we will be meeting again, and then we will be letting you know that how you can download many more extensions to ease your classroom or to ease that teaching learning process. If anyone is having any query regarding today's session, please ask right now. I'm ready to answer your queries. I will try from my level that if I'm able to I'm able to handle your queries and I can answer them. Please, if you want, if you have not understand something, so I can repeat it again, then it's always, I welcome your queries, please.
Any teacher, please, if you have problem, you can on your mic and speak.
So this, I believe that this session will this will be help. So I believe if everyone is not, anyone is not having any queries, so I believe that this session is beneficial for you. You have learned something new from this session, and it was really a very good, very cooperative you people, that I was able to take this flawless session without any hindrance in between. So I really thank you from the bottom of my heart, that I really thank you
Ma'am,
from the bottom.
actually, we are thankful.
uh,
We are
my
thankful to
pleasure,
you.
my
We
pleasure, sir,
have,
my pleasure.
and really you have guided our teachers very well. One thing from my side, request, kindly share the attendance of this today's session with me.
Yeah, sure, sir. I will be sending you the recording as well as the
Uh,
attendance of today's meet. And this, sir, I am sharing uh, support ID. This is an email ID of our support team on which we are working for the G Suite. Any query at any time, you can just post an email to this account, and we will be definitely getting back to you people. You will be having my number also. It's no need of
yes,
sharing it again. But if any time you want me to explain anything again, I'm ready for it. And you can call me, or if you are stuck at anything, I'm there, and I will I will find the best possible solution to get your queries resolved at that time.
Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
ma'am, one question is,
Yes, sir.
बच्चों का हम जैसे इनवाइट किया था हमने 10 बच्चों को इनवाइट किया, काफी
हाँ जी,
बच्चों को इनवाइट किया,
हाँ जी,
तो अभी भी वो इनवाइटेड दिखा रहा है,
हाँ
उसमें से कुछ बच्चों ने ज्वाइन कर लिया,
ओके।
ठीक है, तो 50 में से 44 बच्चों को दिखा रहा है कि ज्वाइन किया, और 6 बच्चे कौन है जिन्होंने ज्वाइन नहीं किया, वो फाइंड नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, वो कैसे
नहीं
करेंगे?
सर, आई विल बी टेलिंग यू, फाइंड तो करना इजी है सर, क्योंकि अगर आपने पूरे सबको इनवाइट भेजा है, ओके, तो उनके आगे इनवाइटेड आएगा, और जो बच्चा ज्वाइन हो गया है उसके आगे आ जाएगा इनवाइट गार्जियंस, वो एक्टिव हो जाएगा बच्चा, तो आप फाइंड आउट कर लेंगे।
इनवाइट गार्जियन मतलब ज्वाइन कर लिया,
ज्वाइन कर लिया आपने।
हाँ, वो एक्टिव हो गया ना, वो एक्टिव हो गया आपके अकाउंट में, ओके। तो उन 6 बच्चों को आप करिए, ये हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है बच्चों को ज्वाइन करवाना, क्योंकि ये हम भी चैलेंज फेस कर रहे हैं, बट वी हैव टू फॉलो देम अप विद द स्टूडेंट्स, वी हैव टू कॉल देम दैट प्लीज ज्वाइन द क्लासरूम, दिस थिंग वी हैव टू डू फ्रॉम आवर एंड।
ओनली इनवाइटेड मींस अभी ज्वाइन नहीं किया, इनवाइटेड गार्जियन मतलब ज्वाइन हो गया।
Exactly, sir. Invited means invitation has been sent, but student have not accepted it.
Yes,
yeah, okay. Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू मैम, वेलकम।
लाइक जैसे आपने बच्चों को इनविटेशन भेजा है, ऐसे ही आप टीचर्स में जाके अपने एचएम, वाइस प्रिंसिपल और प्रिंसिपल को भी इनविटेशन भेज सकते हैं।
Exactly.
They will come to your classroom और वो ऑनलाइन आपको ऑब्जर्वेशन भी वैसे होगी।
एचएम मैम तो ऐड है
नहीं, जब भी आप क्लास ले रहे हैं तब लिंक भेजना होगा ताकि वो आपको ऑब्जर्व कर पाए।
ओके सर।
एक चीज मैं बोलना चाहूंगा मेरे टीचर्स को, ऐसे यहाँ पर देखा बहुत अच्छे अच्छे फीचर्स हैं इसमें कि आपको हिंदी इंग्लिश टाइपिंग में कहीं कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, वॉइस जो ऑप्शन है उससे आप इजीली टाइप करके और बच्चों को असाइनमेंट दे सकते हैं। इट्स वेरी इजी टू प्रोड्यूस और क्रिएट द असाइनमेंट, बट एट द सेम टाइम यू शुड नॉट फॉरगेट, डोंट पोर टू मच ऑफ असाइनमेंट टू द स्टूडेंट, क्योंकि बहुत आसान है हमारे लिए देना, लेकिन उस बच्चे के लिए करना, क्योंकि उसके पास 6 सब्जेक्ट्स होंगे। और ये इशू आया था, गूगल मीट तो भी शुरू होगा, लेकिन जब हम अप्रैल महीने में कुछ क्लास ले रहे थे तो ये इशू उठा है। कुछ क्वेरीज आई थी कि इतना सारा असाइनमेंट हमको मिल जाता है कि बच्चों को, पेरेंट भी करे बच्चे भी, की बहुत परेशानी होती है उसको कंप्लीट करने में। क्योंकि हो सकता है टीचर का काम आसान है कि हमें तो सिर्फ एक फाइल या एक गूगल फॉर्म को अटैच करके बच्चों को शेयर कर देना है, बट प्लीज इसको ध्यान रखें, बहुत ज्यादा असाइनमेंट बच्चे को ना दिया जाए। इट शुड बी क्रिस्प और जितना इम्पोर्टेंट हो सके, प्रोडक्टिव हो सके उतना ही।
Yeah, definitely, sir. This was a very good suggestion from your end that the student should not be burdened with more than work. Means,
Yes. So thank you very much, ma'am, once again. Thank you.
thank you, sir. It was my pleasure to give the training to the Push Bihar second shift, and it was the great participants. And thank you so
Excuse me,
much.
ma'am.
So, yeah,
Hello,
yeah. Anyone wants to speak?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
या मैम मैं पूछना चाह रही थी कि जैसे हमारे पास 2 सेक्शन में सेम सब्जेक्ट है, तो हम लोगों ने अलग अलग गूगल क्लासरूम बनाए दोनों सेक्शंस के लिए, तो क्या ऐसा हो सकता है कि एक ही क्लासरूम बना ले, दोनों सेक्शंस के बच्चों को एक ही साथ क्लास ले ली जाए, क्योंकि फिर
मैम,
सेम सब्जेक्ट के लिए
आप
हमें अलग अलग टाइम देना पड़ेगा दोनों क्लासेस के लिए, तो
हाँ, तो इट्स मैम, इट्स अप टू यू। आप जब बना रहे हैं तो आप कर सकते हैं मैम, बट मैं ये बताना चाहूंगी यहाँ पर कि वो आपके लिए आगे जाके प्रॉब्लम करेगा, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं आपको बच्चों को सेपरेट करना पड़ेगा सेक्शन वाइज, है ना। आप ग्रेडिंग ले रहे हैं तो लेट जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, लेट देम इन देयर ओन सेक्शन। आप 2 क्लासरूम बनाइए, बट वर्क जो है, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि एट द सेम टाइम यू सेलेक्ट बोथ द क्लासेस फॉर गिविंग द वर्क, सेम वर्क, है ना। ऐसे आपको ग्रेडिंग करना इजी रहेगा, आपके पास एक क्लास का रिकॉर्ड एक ही उस पे रहेगा, आप बना सकते हैं, दोनों क्लास के बच्चों को एक क्लासरूम में डाल सकते हैं, बट इट विल क्रिएट अ प्रॉब्लम समवेयर टू यू ओनली। सो दिस इज अ सजेशन।
क्लासेस के टाइम के लिए मैं पूछ रही थी, क्योंकि उस टाइम पर हम पहले एक क्लास का लेंगे, एक सेक्शन का लेंगे, फिर दूसरे टाइम पर दूसरे सेक्शन का लेंगे, सेम सब्जेक्ट, इसलिए पूछा जा रही थी।
No, ma'am. During the, if you want to take during the if you want to take in a Google Meet, then you can share this link. As I've told you, the meeting link was generated at the Google Classroom. Okay, you can copy that link and you just share with your 10th C student. Suppose 10th C students also, and B students will join with them from the classroom, and C students will be receiving that link. They will click on that link and they will be also joining your classrooms. There is no problem for that.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
While in the Google Meet. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I think जो है मैम आपकी क्वेरी सॉल्व हुई।
Yes, sir. हो गई।
So should we stop with the recording? It's done, I think.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I'm just stopping.